Hello, Seeker, and welcome to the Sword of Truth podcast, a chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a sleepy mouthful of craft beer on the side. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade.
And I'm Aaron.
And if you wanted to relive the pleasure of Chapter 36 of Temple of the Winds, we can get you there. We are long enough.
I did not sign off on this.
I didn't write it, so I was on that ride with all of you.
That's okay. Here we go.
Yeah, we're doing it, man.
Apparently we are.
Nate left us. Yeah, Nate was like, "I'm out."
Where'd you go, buddy?
He wrote it, but he didn't want to be here for when it was delivered. Apparently.
I wasn't ready for the immediate critique afterwards, but yeah.
It wasn't critique, it was surprise.
And if it was a critique, it was constructive.
I'll take it.
Mostly.
I am admittedly not the best of writers, so...
Well, I just think it's a good idea to not put your first draft out as your final draft.
Hey, I thought it was great. I'm just going to say that. I think it was perfection.
Yeah, me too.
That was post coffee and bowl morning creativity coming out. I was like, yeah, I can throw this in there.
Was that a Lucky Charms or Cheerios?
Not that kind of bowling.
Wow, I think it took Nate really long to
I
get
got it right away. And I was just like, what do I want to say in response?
I saw it in his eyes.
I didn't, so I was like, wow.
Eat your cereal, kids.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, we are here today to talk about, holy shit, I just broke the podcast rule. I did not silence my phone.
Unfreaking believable.
I know. I'm just the worst.
I think we gotta start over. Start the whole thing. Start the whole podcast over.
Just start
Not
the whole...
just this episode.
All the way back to 1.
Book 1, Chapter 1.
It's ruined. Nothing we can do now.
Nope. Unsalvageable.
All right. Well, are we ready to get into the Chapter 36 timeline?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Chapter 36 starts with a reveal. It is the Sliff that is staring at Kahlan.
No way.
Aaron, you were right.
Who could have called that except everyone?
What a wild twist.
So crazy.
Richard did not, in fact, put her down for the long sleep, just a little catnap.
It was, what was it? He used the term rest,
Yeah.
not sleep.
Right.
Is what it
Well,
was.
I don't think she necessarily said that was, like, that could be implied.
Yeah.
But I think it's just it was kind of presumptive that Richard even thought that he knew. I say this and it's going to do some crazy thing and put her to sleep. Like, you don't fucking know what you're doing at all.
Yeah.
So.
She just went down the well.
Yeah.
Is all you really know. That could be anything.
Yeah.
We find out that somebody has, in fact, used the Sliff since that happened. And Kahlan guesses a man and a woman, right? But the Sliff won't say, because that's the Sliff's whole fucking thing. She doesn't say about what any of her clients have done or where they go, anything.
Yeah.
Names included.
Yeah. She has, like, almost NDA level. Like, we are not talking about this shit.
Very unfortunate, but professional.
Yeah. She is a professional.
Yeah, she's a modern day businesswoman.
Yes.
Well, no, I guess they say the Sliff has feminine features.
Yeah.
Since could be a woman. They have very professional standards.
She's feminine. Like, they made it clear in this chapter and previous. Kolo is like, she looks like a lady. And Kahlan's like, yeah, she looks like a lady.
That is true.
She looks like a hot lady.
Seductive.
Yeah.
The voice.
Yeah, and she wants to give you pleasure.
Yeah, which Kahlan has not ever been a fan of.
No, well, not Richard.
It's a very weird thing.
I think the difference is that Richard's usually there. And usually the Sliff
she's talking all sweet to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now she's getting the attention from the Sliff. So I think there's a little bit different dynamic. And she's like, oh. Hey.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Sliff, I see you now.
Yeah.
I see you.
I see you.
We could hang out together. You're right.
I see you seeing me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, obviously, Kahlan is guessing it was Marlon and Amelia, right? They used the Sliff to travel to Aidendrill, and then Jagang didn't want to reveal himself and his plan, because that was a whole part of it, until Emilia had returned to him with the thing that she went there for. So this is how she got back to Jagang so fast, or to us, like, this is where she disappeared and how she did it so fast.
And I feel like, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other method of fast travel in this world that we know of. So if she got from the new world all the way back to the old world in anything less than, like, days or weeks, obviously she used the Sliff. Because unless she has a fucking dragon, then there's no other way.
I was going to say, as far as I can remember, there's only 2 forms of established fast travel now,
Yeah.
and that is Sliff or dragon.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have a dragon.
No.
Because they would have just attacked by now.
Yeah.
We're fully in D&D. We have long rests and fast travel.
We have dungeon tunnels and dragons.
That's right. Well, Kahlan asks the Sliff if she can take her to Agaden Reach, and she can. Kahlan says she's got to take care of some shit first, but she will be right back. And the Sliff's like, no problem. If I'm sleeping, just come and wake me up. Because now, everybody can do it.
Well, and the Sliff wants to pleasure her. It would bring the Sliff pleasure to
Right.
bring Kahlan somewhere.
No, I guess this is the point, that she's not actually putting her to sleep or waking her up. And I guess that's the point. Richard didn't really do shit when he came back and made her go to sleep. He just put
The
her down
whole thing with the ringing of the bracelets and stuff. She was just like, yeah, see you later, I guess.
Yeah, she was like, I was going to do that when you walked out anyways. But yeah, cool, I'll go to sleep. And so she's just chilling at the bottom of the well, essentially, until someone knocks on her well.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't gone back into the deep sleep yet. So it doesn't matter if it's Richard or Kahlan or any, fucking Mariswith.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You imagine if they were still walking around in there while she's trying to sleep. Be like, dudes, shut the fuck up, yelling up the tunnel.
Yeah.
Come on, you have the whole place to yourself. Why? Why do you hang out here?
I pretty specifically put the do not disturb tag on the door handle.
The door's what? What happened to it?
Shit.
Well, Kahlan races back to the library, but not wanting to let Kara see her this way, she takes a beat outside, right? She's trying to catch her breath, pretend like she's not in a whole ass panic right now, which she is. She knows that Shota has something to do with this. The way she warned Richard and the way she sent Nadine to go get his attention, it's all very telling. She knows she's tied into it somehow. And this all happens while Kahlan is just taking a minute outside the door. While she's doing this, she decides that if Shota gets her way, if Nadine gets Richard, and then whatever prophecy has been averted, then that means Kahlan is just out there and by herself.
Mm-hmm.
So Shota could then target her and try and kill her.
Oh, yeah.
But that can't happen if she kills Shota first.
Yeah, make the first move.
Well, I think she could even kill Kahlan just even if she sees her, because she just, since the first time we've seen Shota, she has wanted Kahlan dead, because she is convinced that they'll do the baby thing or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so no matter what, even if none of this goes down, Shota wants Kahlan dead as far as Kahlan's concerned. So Kahlan just wants to fucking kill her first, but you also got to get information now. So she's going to interrogate her and kill her, apparently.
I mean, I guess that's what all of this has been decided in like 30 seconds outside a door, just before you're going in to see people. I was kind of chuckling at this almost because she runs the whole way here. She's out of breath, and I can hear her just saying, "I'm going to kill that bitch," out loud. And then she smooths her dress and like fixes her hair and then walks in just
all composed.
Kahlan. Yeah.
Very calmly saying, I'm going to kill that bitch.
Exactly. She puts on her fucking confessor's face and then she goes into the door. Well, Kara and Berdine ask her if she found anything, and Kahlan's like what?
The thing you
What?
went for?
Yeah.
The thing we discussed that you were going to go look for before you left?
The whole point of the mission that you convinced us that you had to take, and you come back like, oh, I was supposed to be looking for books?
What were you doing there, Kahlan?
Oh, I didn't do any of that.
Did
Oops.
you even go where you said you were going to go?
I was in the bathroom. What's going on?
Were you smoking weed? What? Did you
No.
just go in the bathroom and
No,
go smoke a joint?
It's one of these. What were you smoking? Smoking what?
Exactly.
Got my answer.
Yeah, we know.
I was bored, and so I went for a stroll. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But Kahlan says no, she didn't find anything, and unfortunately, Kara and Berdine didn't either. So Kahlan is disappointed for one, right? This was like the whole plan.
Yeah.
They had to find them. If they were anywhere, they were going to be here.
If they found the records of the trial, that was like almost all answers are here now.
Yeah,
Or almost
and
all
if-
problems solved.
Yeah, if it didn't have the
Yeah.
actual solution in there, they would have a damn good idea of what to do
Yeah.
to find it.
And a damn good reason for going to the keep without Richard. And now, going back
Yeah.
empty-handed, you didn't really have a good reason to go there without him, did you?
And you just put yourself in danger for nothing.
Yeah. Which, granted, hindsight 2020, except for the fact that was pointed out before you left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Richard probably would have told you no.
Oh, yeah.
Or wait.
Well, Kahlan is also confused as to why there's no record there. Like I just said, if there was a record, it would be here. So it either has to exist or it doesn't exist at all. She's like, if it's not, I mean, of course, if it's not anywhere, then it's nowhere. But
Yeah, what a crazy
know what I mean?
concept. What a super high thought there.
Well,
it's almost as if something is not, then it is not.
Yeah, it either is or isn't.
I think she also mentions it could have been deliberately destroyed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if it's not here, it either never existed or was deliberately destroyed.
Yeah, or doesn't exist now.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
that's what we're
she's-
saying.
I think she's forgetting the third option, which is somebody could have taken it and put it somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just because you go to the library for a library book doesn't mean someone else hasn't checked out the book you wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
It exists.
Yeah.
It's there. You gotta wait.
It's
You
just
gotta
not
wait.
here right now.
Yeah, you were one day too late there.
Womp womp.
Bum, bum.
So they decide to head back. Kahlan wants Berdine to work on the journal, and Kara makes a joke about how Nadine's lips probably have blisters by now because of kissing Richard so much while they've been gone.
So nice.
Berdine does not think this is funny.
See, I think that would be a funny joke if they were in a healthy relationship and they communicated well with each other.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That would be a funny joke.
If she wasn't doing all the sneaking around right now,
Yeah.
that would be fucking hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
The opposite.
they're having relationship problems right now, and that's especially not the name to bring up.
Well, I just think it's funny because if it were the Mord Sith and Kahlan weren't there, this is probably a joke they would have made to each other. Like, we
Yeah.
should probably get back, ha 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 ha. And then
Yeah.
Perdine's like, yo, bitch, the person who this is going to hurt is like here, and she's one of our friends. Like, she's
Yeah.
our sister.
Yeah.
So, like, cut back on the like, wait until she's gone, okay?
She can hear you
Yeah.
right now. What's the matter with you?
Was the joke funny? Yes, it was. Should you have told it now? No, you should not.
No.
You should not, right?
You should have said it 10 minutes ago before Kahlan came in the room. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Well, Kahlan actually seems too overwhelmed to really care. Like, Kara apologizes, and she's like, yeah, okay, it's whatever. But Kara does add that the offer still stands. That if Kahlan wants her to kill Nadine, she will fucking do it.
No hesitation.
Yeah,
Right.
ride or die.
Yeah.
Just so I know, I might have just hurt your feelings, but ultimately, I'll kill her if it'll make you feel better.
I will cut a bitch.
She's like, yeah, it was a funny, stupid joke, but I only feel confident making jokes like that to you because I will definitely back you up and beat the fuck out of any girl
That's right.
who attempts to get your man, okay? Like, the only reason that joke is funny to me is because there's no fucking way that I would let that happen.
Right, exactly. And with that last comment, Kahlan decides she knows why she has to go see Shota.
She can see clearly now that the rain is gone.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna keep going with that?
Nope.
Nothing about obstacles you want to talk about, or...
I believe in leaving them wanting more.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, there are obstacles in the way at this point, so.
Oh, yeah. Literal, like, miles of obstacles.
Yeah, so.
Well, when they get back, Raina tells them that Nadine did in fact try to get in to see Richard, but she threatened her with the Aegil, and she won't be coming back.
Finally. Thank
Right.
you.
We have been talking about this. How many times have we said one of them just needs to just a little bit?
Little poke.
Little poke.
Do you know what she actually said to her? She didn't just threaten her with the Aegil. She said she would smack her on her bare bottom with the Aegil. So she's not just saying I'll like poke you as you go by. She's like, I will put you over my knee, pull your fucking pants down, and smack you with my
I'm going
Aegil.
to bare ass punish you.
Yeah, spank you with my Aegil.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It might have.
And wait, to clarify, Nadine wasn't down?
Apparently not, and that's
Okay.
what I was going to
Okay.
say. I mean, we know
All right.
Raina has certain proclivity, but she's super in with Burdine, so
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't
This
think it was
would've
a
been a-
sexual thing.
This would
Yeah.
have been a non-consensual punishment.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Not saying that Raina wouldn't have.
Enjoy
Never
it.
mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Raina would have probably loved it very, very much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
A few different reasons.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Nadine, though,
Nah.
Not
she's-
so much.
She feels a little more square than all that.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, for the first time in the book, guys, Burdine and Raina are dismissed together.
Good.
Finally. Golf clap it up.
Yes.
See, Raina did get all, and this is perfect timing because Raina was just talking about smacking some other girl without her pants on, so
Yeah.
it's probably pretty good timing.
She whips around and is like, I am in the mood to fucking spank someone. And Burdine's like,
Let's go.
we're in.
Excuse me, what a crazy coincidence. I'm in the mood to be spanked.
It's time for bed. Let's go.
They share a quick glance and Raina says, yeah, it's time for Burdine to get a good night's rest anyways. A wink.
Not sleep. Didn't say sleep.
No.
Did not say sleep.
No. Well, and Ulick and Egan will watch Richard for the rest of the night.
Right?
Yes, they will watch Richard.
Well, they were going to rest and watch
Watch.
Richard.
Right,
So,
exactly.
So Rotch.
I just made a word is
Yeah.
what happened. I didn't
Yeah.
just fumble that.
No, that's what I thought your plan was from the beginning.
That is if they can handle it. And this is Kara giving them a jab.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you guys are up to it. They said, if anybody gets in here, there won't be enough of them left over by the time you get up here for you to do anything about it.
Yeah, they usually sit in the background, but they actually are really kind of offended every time the Mord Sith get to be the super personal bodyguards because like we could do a way better job. Get off our nuts.
Well, yeah, they think that.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
we allow them to think that.
Yes.
Which is the,
Yes.
the perfect dynamic. Well, she tells Kara she wants to check on Richard before she goes to bed and that Kara can go if she wants. But Kara says, nah, I'll hang out, which is not what Kahlan wanted to hear.
No.
She's like, go the fuck away. It's because she wants to go in to see Richard. And so
and
Kara isn't going anywhere.
And she has other plans. Like she's already been making plans in the back of her head too. So she's got like kids sneaking out after mom and dad go to bed vibes right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, Kara already is kind of the opinion that Richard and Kahlan should not be alone together.
Yeah.
But then, Kahlan just got back and had a lot of really sus answers on where she's been.
Yeah.
And now she's asking to be alone and not watched again. Like, we're on strike too, Kahlan.
It is strange
from Kara's perspective.
It is strange that Kara doesn't have more of a suspicious
Oh, yeah.
like lilt to her comments during this chapter, I feel like.
I wonder if it's just... Oh, are you saying, like, specifically this chapter? Or
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant, like, Kara and Kahlan in general.
No, like specifically this chapter, I'm just
Yeah.
surprised that Kara is so... Okay, Kahlan.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
been real sus about her in the
Yeah.
past.
Well, she goes in to see Richard, who is actually whispering her name in his sleep. Kahlan.
Well,
Big titties.
I actually had a thought.
Okay.
Remember he said earlier in the book he can hear when she like comes in. He knows when it's
Oh,
her.
when it's her. So this is him doing that?
Yeah.
In his dream,
Yeah.
he heard her.
His super deep sleep.
Like
He's
he
like,
knew
"I got
that
you,
she came in
bitch."
the room, and so he was like, "Oh, Kahlan."
He's awake, but not really. Like he's still half asleep.
No,
and like,
just that. Like even though he's super fucking asleep, that's how.
even if he
that's
is
how
asleep,
good
okay.
his senses are
Hey.
of Kahlan.
yeah.
He can even pick up on her when he's totally unconscious.
And maybe he thinks in his dream he's seeing her, but like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is my.
Like when you know you're dreaming and you have to pee, and then you pee in real life.
Has that happened to you?
No.
Oh. That seemed really.
My-
That seemed to come really quick.
My friend told me it happened to him.
Hold on. If anybody wants to pay $1 to hear the rest of the story on Patreon, you should do so.
Wait, is your friend named Darren?
No.
Okay. All right.
If anyone wants to pay $1 to not hear the answer,
I
to that,
definitely want to hear the rest of this story. But okay, she gives him the medicine while he's sleeping. She forces it into his mouth.
Yeah.
Nice sleepy mouthful.
And then while she does that, she sheds a tear that falls into his hair, and it's a very private and very sweet moment. This is what I wrote. I know what you're going to say. This is what I wrote before remembering that the word forced was used, which changed the whole. So she's like shoving the medicine in his mouth and crying. From behind Kahlan, this looks like she's suffocating him and sobbing over his body.
She is trying to drown him.
Drink the medicine, feel better, damn it.
She is not giving him this medicine because he needs it right now. She is giving him this medicine to keep him incapacitated so
yeah.
he doesn't bother her.
Right.
There is a malicious motivation to this.
Nothing sweet about this at all. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they finally got a minute together. And then I was just like, wait a minute. She's just drugging him because she's on her way out.
Yeah. The way this was prescribed, he was supposed to wake up once it wore off enough and then drink the rest. Like, he's not awake yet. She is overdosing her fiance to keep him asleep right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, super
that
sweet.
tear that fell. That's not a tear of love. That's a tear of guilt.
Well, once Kahlan comes out after fake strangling her fiance, she again tells Kara to go to bed, but Kara says she is not letting Richard down again. We done been through this already, Kahlan. I am not going to leave you unguarded. I don't know if you got that in the 3 times you told me to go to bed earlier, but no. I'm here with you.
No does in fact mean no.
That's right. Well, Kahlan tries to say that she's not going to bed. Actually, I was going to get some food. But Kara says, look, dude, you don't need food right now. You need to go to sleep.
And that's important. I mean, that's a nice loving gesture. 'Cause sometimes you eat food right before you go to bed, and then your tummy's a little rumbly, and
Yeah.
then it's hard to go to bed. And then you stay up later, and then your next day's ruined.
You get them BGs, the bubble guts. It's not good.
I mean,
Look, you just described it. I have a term for it. That's all.
I mean, let's also mention the fact that Kahlan was just harping on the need for sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've
And
been through this with Richard.
And well, to Kara specifically about how she needed sleep, and then
Yeah.
it was like, I'm gonna go eat.
Everyone but me needs to sleep. And when you say I need sleep, I'm going to give the exact same reasons that other people gave that I yelled at them
Yeah.
for
Right.
no, saying,
Yeah.
no, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, Kahlan asks Kara what she is afraid of.
Wait. Okay, let's turn the tables.
Go to sleep. I'm hungry. Go to sleep. What is your deepest fear? Good transition.
Yeah, super smooth. She clarifies that she's not afraid of rats, by the way. She just doesn't like them, which, okay.
Healthy respect that comes with a, what's the legal thing where you're not allowed to be within so many feet of someone? Restraining order. It's like as long as they maintain the agreed upon distance,
Then we're cool.
we're good. Rats can go about their day, and I will go about mine.
That was a.
I don't mind spiders as long as they're not in this
that.
house.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Well, Kara does try to say nothing. She's like, I ain't afraid of shit. But then she answers honestly by saying she's most afraid of Richard dying or dying, cozily in bed. She wants to die on the battlefield. She wants to go out in action defending Lord Rolf. That's her ultimate vision for her life.
Yeah. Every Mord Sith wants to die young and fighting.
Yeah, they want to go to Valhalla. They need a warrior's death.
That's right.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah.
And Kahlan's like, you're not afraid of dying alone? And Kara laughs. I thought this was fucking hilarious. Kara laughs and says, please, everyone wants to fuck me. That is not a problem. I can just be like, you, pants off, 5 minutes, and they'll do it in 2.
Hey.
And then we're going to be married. That's how it's going to go.
Yeah. Hey, Kahlan, do you want to know why I'm not fucking someone right now? Is because I'm choosing not to.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I can snap my fingers.
Yeah, anybody. But see, for Kahlan, that's the problem. Richard is the only person that she can be with, and she's terrified of losing him.
Well,
Because she'll confess anybody else. Richard
I was
is the
gonna
only
say.
guy that won't have that happen.
she's the only person that she doesn't have to brainwash to be with her.
Oh, God. Yes,
For lack of a better term.
To be fair,
To be fair.
To be fair.
there's nothing saying that Richard is the only person in the world. It's only that they have to love her enough and love her for her, right? To fully encompass.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And now she knows that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So if Richard ended up being a D-bag and going off with some little skinny trollop, then she could totally be like, yeah, fuck him, find another guy, fall in love with him.
Yeah.
And as long as he honestly, truly loves her, she could be like, listen, we can fuck, but I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. If there is even a shred of you that isn't fully in love with me, you're lost. You're gone forever. So you better really fucking love me when you fuck me, or it's gonna be bad for you. That's how this. And she can keep going through guys until she finds the one.
Richard is jumping on that grenade. That's what's happening.
Do you want to have this conversation right now on the air?
Richard is saving other people from having to get confessed. It's a good thing.
I don't like you're taking this conversation in a different place than it needs to.
Yes,
Okay.
that was a pre-podcast joke.
I just have to say though, I guess my point is every person feels like the person that they're with is the only person, and you're terrified of losing them. And you feel like there's nobody else for you, and I don't think that's true for anybody, even Kahlan.
Yeah.
Even though she thinks that.
Yeah.
Right. But the thought of losing Richard, especially to Nadine,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
like and it does come up here just in a second. She is entertaining the thought of screwing up, right? And potentially losing Richard. And she is not okay with it, but she's like, okay, if that happens, that happens, but not Nadine. And so Kahlan has to ask Kara a favor. Real talk, Kara. By the way, miss you, Tay. Love that. We have a friend that whenever he wanted to say something serious to you, he would look you dead in the eyes and say, real talk. And you knew that you had his full attention. Like, he was there for it. Whatever you were going through was his real talk moment. And so I had to throw it in here because I love that so much. Kahlan wants Kara to swear to her that if she does royally fuck up somehow in the worst possible way and ends up losing Richard, that Kara will not allow Nadine to be her replacement. Under no fucking circumstances is Richard and Nadine, or are they allowed to be together if I'm out of the picture?
Basically, if something terrible happens and he leaves me, if the only thing you can do is kill that bitch, that's when kill that bitch comes into play.
Yeah. last possible moment, but if you have to, you have to.
Yeah.
Well, Kara kisses her Ajil and then swears on her life, then promptly tells Kahlan to go the fuck to sleep. It is bedtime. What are you doing? It was a very sweet moment, and then immediately she's like, cool, is that done? Go to bed. Kahlan, overcome by emotion, tells Kara that if she ever needs a favor, she will fucking have it.
Which is very sweet.
It is very sweet. And also, the end of the chapter.
I do want to point out that Kara did say she is going to have guards posted. She is going to be sitting outside that room.
Oh, yeah.
And she will be napping. But the guards are going to be there, and she will be there napping if she needs to. So
Right.
I just wanted to point out she's not just letting Kahlan chill in the room, which is smart.
Oh, yeah. And I wanted to point out, before you apparently decided for Jade and I that we were done discussing the chapter, she kissed her Ajil. Ow!
Yeah, fucking
That had to
painful.
hurt.
You gotta mean it if you're gonna do something like that.
Do you know what I would rather have touched my lips?
What's that?
Beer.
That was beautiful. That was so good.
That's how you transition. You don't just ask someone their worst fear. Learn something today, Kahlan.
Are we talking about this that we're drinking?
Yeah.
We are. It's time for the beer break.
I have a question.
What's that?
We can say what it is. We can talk about it. Why would anybody want to buy something that says the world's driest on it? Why is that a selling point, huh?
I will say that when I bought this, that thought did not cross my mind.
We are drinking something called Daily Dry. It's hard cider from Farmhouse Cider Company, and the tag right on it says probably the world's driest Michigan hard cider.
I thought the name Daily Dry was funny. Didn't read the rest of the can after that.
I just don't get, because dry things, even I get alcoholic drinks can be dry. I don't like them personally. I don't know why people do, and even if they do, I don't know why you would want the driest.
You more of a sweet wine than a dry wine then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she likes a good blush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says
I'll drink the fuck out of. Again, I will put on record if it's alcoholic, I will drink it if you give it to me, especially if it's free.
Well,
But-
yeah, and as proof of that, so I saw this beer and I grabbed it because Farmhouse Cider is like less than 10-minute drive from where we are currently sitting.
oh yeah.
So I always like supporting local business, but when I gave it to Jade, I even told her, I was like, hey, I don't know if you're going to like this because I know you don't like ciders, and then this is saying it's the world's driest cider. So we had a backup beer ready to go. Jade drank the whole cider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's sitting there, she's like, I'll drink it.
I'm
drink
not
it.
even done with mine yet.
Well, that's because you're a weak person.
Wow.
Wow. He was doing the
Wow.
pot. He was talking more than both of us. I will give him credit.
Well, no, I finished mine.
He's probably going to say I'm an alcoholic and that's why I drank it faster, but I'm going to give him credit.
Well, you know it's not weak, Aaron.
What's that?
This beer, it clocks in at 6.4%.
It's a cider.
You're not the only person who can segue. Yeah, it is a cider, but
Yeah, classic apple cider.
it does say it's the kind of dry that makes your mouth water. If at first you don't agree, try dry again.
Why?
But you did like it. Like, you didn't hate it.
Yeah, I drank it,
Yeah.
but why? Like, why are we doing that to ourselves?
I think the thing is that it ended up being good, but just by the can, you would not, like, you personally would not see this and go, yeah, I'm going to buy that because
Right.
it says dry.
Is the idea that it makes your mouth water so you want to drink more of it?
Like chips, like
Yeah,
like a
it
Dorito.
dries out your
Pringles.
mouth.
Like you eat one Dorito and you're like, I need more Dorito.
But
Once you pop, you just can't stop.
is anybody like, okay. Honestly, if I drink more than one or two ciders, my stomach is like, that's way too much sweet shit, okay? Can anybody down more than a couple ciders and just like, your stomach's like, yeah, let's keep going? Because I am literally like, tonight I might be fine, but tomorrow it's going to be like, that was a bad idea, Jade.
So I bought this, and I do like ciders, but I am still kind of like that. Like I usually only have 2 or maybe 3. My mother loves ciders, though.
Can she down
Yes.
more than 2?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she will down ciders.
More reason to hang out with Mama Duddles.
Mama Duddles.
My mother, the saint, she loves a good cider.
So, what do you guys think? Out of 5 Sliff Wells, desperate for something.
I'll give it a 4.
I would
like
say
it.
4 too.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 3, and I'll bring some over to Mama Duddles. And see how it goes.
Perfect. Everybody's happy, especially Mama Duddles, and
Yeah.
that's what matters. I want some cookies, though.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to get a refill, and we will be back right after this.
And we're back.
Perfect.
And we're back.
Ready to go. All at the same
I was
time.
gonna try to do it at the same time, and then you chickened out.
We're gonna count down to 3.
I was startled is what I was. I was like, what's going on? Well, we are back to talk a little bit more about Chapter 36 of Temple of the Winds.
Woo!
Yay! This is the discussion part.
This is the discussion part. Okay, so first things first. Jade, I think this was your note. Richard didn't actually do the super cool magic put the sliff to sleep thing. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more there is to expand upon it. We know that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with his magic. It's all instinct driven, and we know that this is a 3,000 fucking year old thing, and he has some cool outfit that he's wearing, and other than that, he's just stumbling through. So it's crazy to me that he thought he'd put it to sleep in the first place.
Once you have a cape on, you can do all things. I think I read that in a book somewhere.
Yeah.
Just the
Especially
confidence instilled in you. Once you have
True.
a cape on, you're like, I can fucking put the sliff to sleep.
It's
a
very-
magical thing I've never seen
I mean,
before.
if it was gold cape, for sure.
Gotta be.
And even more real life. I mean, it's a very real, whatever you call it, strategy, philosophy. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Just say you know how to do the thing and what to do and show up. Eventually, you'll learn it.
That's like the
And I guess-
basis of Richard's power
Well,
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess to his credit, so far,
Yeah.
everything's worked out when he's done stuff like
Yeah.
that. He's been like, oh, yeah, cool, go to sleep. Yeah,
Right. Not a single
should've
thing
worked.
has gone tits up, really. I mean, stuff
Yeah.
happens, but he fixes it. So,
Yeah. So maybe he shouldn't be super.
yeah.
I don't know. I just guess that this is the first instance of him actually not getting the plot armor of it just worked.
Right.
So I was just thinking that is, what is the downside of Richard's power? And it's that it works when he needs it to. But there's sometimes a real fine line between needing something and wanting something.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
he really need to put the sliff to sleep? No. Why the fuck would you?
That's true.
He kind of just wanted to put the sliff to sleep. He doesn't know if that's necessary. So it's like, he doesn't know when his powers don't work because, I don't know, maybe it is and I just don't notice it yet. Like it only works when he needs it to,
Yeah.
not when he wants it to.
Oh, that would be very depressing. If it only worked when you needed it and not when you wanted it.
Well, so far, dear, that's what he's doing, right? Like,
Dear Jade, what do you mean by that?
that is... That adds a whole extra layer to all of his shit.
Like, could explain a lot, yeah.
Like
why it was
Superman.
only well, no, I'm saying like why it only worked in the spirit world.
Oh, yeah.
It's because it wasn't actually him. That was a picture of him.
That was
could
his
be.
avatar.
Yeah, he has more control over his avatar. Maybe Richard needs some Blue Chew or something.
Some Blue Chew.
Yeah, transition from that, Nate.
Well, I was going to say, it's like Richard is Superman, because if I may nerd out just a little bit here, if you don't know too much about Superman, you may not know that Superman actually has the power to give himself more powers. He's got to like charge himself up with the sun and concentrate super hard,
That's so
yada
annoying.
yada. I know, but see, here's the thing. Superman doesn't get those powers.
Superman
until
isn't a man. He shouldn't have that name anyway.
He doesn't get those powers until he realizes that he needs to be able to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
But the difference is that Superman can control that and Richard can't. It
Yeah.
happens just on the spot.
I hate that.
So Richard can't walk up to a cliff and say, okay, I'm going to fly when I get to the end of the cliff and jump and then fly and be fine.
Well,
he
actually-
has to jump off the cliff first.
Well, yeah.
And then be like, I need to be able to fly now because I'm
needs have
going to
changed.
die.
God.
And then his magic kicks in.
Yeah. I was going to say, if Richard does jump off a cliff, he does then need to fly. But
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
saying he doesn't know that beforehand.
Yeah.
He can't prepare to
He
fly
can't will
beforehand. He has to jump first.
the ability to fly before.
Yeah. But
Right,
that's
exactly.
interesting. Like, hey, I need to turn invulnerable. Therefore, I am going to step into an open flame.
Right, exactly.
Look, I'm invulnerable.
I got to be able to do that fireproof thing.
Yeah.
So,
then maybe there's a way to exploit this.
I mean, it's
Stab
what
me with
it
the
is.
sword. That way I'm in danger and
That's the
my
only way you
powers will
can
do
know.
something. Yeah. What could go wrong doing that?
But yeah, ultimately, he doesn't know what he's doing. He can't know what he's doing beforehand in order for his power to work.
And honestly, nobody, even if he were to have, like Nathan or Zed, like an actual wizard there to, because that was my immediate thought. Like, oh, well, if he had an actual wizard there, he could
Yeah.
know a little better. This specific thing with the Sliff, nobody could find.
Yeah, Zed
nobody
wouldn't have been able to help.
Yeah,
Most
nobody
likely.
alive knows
Yeah.
the rules of the Sliff.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, right. Yeah.
Do you know what else bothers me? Because it involves people not knowing what they're doing.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking.
Go ahead.
Marlon and Amelia?
That's exactly it.
yes.
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 Yeah, how do they know how to get around the keep? So they get out of the Sliff well. Because that part, you know what? I'll give it to them. They either saw Richard doing it or Jagang saw him do it through his link with everyone.
Yeah, they knew it was there.
We
They
know how to-
used
yeah.
it to get there, so they knew
Yeah.
they had the required magic, and they did the breathe the liquid thing,
Well,
and they
and
arrived here.
Well,
Well, and then
Sliff-
Mariswith.
Well, Mariswith, yeah. Well, and let's be honest, the Sliff's very helpful. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she walked Richard
She's like,
through the whole
hey,
thing.
my legs are wide open. Let's travel.
Yeah, dive right on in.
Yeah.
I'm here to please.
Yeah.
But, so once Marlon and Amelia got done pleasing the Slith, how did they know where to go? They don't have a mental map like Kahlan did.
And
Right.
yeah.
Does.
and,
Do? Did.
Does.
Does.
And
She
the
does.
immediate my immediate thought was too, like, Richard had to go through all these shields. Now, a lot of the shields wouldn't be an issue because they also have subtractive and additive magic.
Yeah.
So that's not a non-issue. They can go a lot of places Kahlan can't. But Richard had to figure out a lot of that shit based on his instinct because
Yeah.
he's a war wizard. So how the fuck? And even if
He
they
had
could
to
figure
get
that shit out,
lost first before he could find his way.
but he didn't because he had instinct. Okay, yes, no, I get what you're saying. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sorry,
he got lost
yeah.
and then his instinct fought. But they don't even have that, so they would like stumble through there for
Right.
days. I can like if you're in the bottom of a fucking castle that's 6 stories, like this thing seems
I
giant.
guess you just find any set of stairs you can and
Or-
aim for up, I
Well,
guess.
here's the thing. Was it
Wait.
specifically stated that the Sliff was the very
Wait,
bottom
wait.
floor?
Wait,
There's a pool.
Hold on. I think Jade's
hold on.
onto something.
I
here.
have a
I
thought.
think-
I have a thought.
Okay.
Okay. Because initially, the Mariswith would have just, like, flooded the keep anyways, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't matter if they had but they had plenty of time to navigate the keep and figure it out. And Jagang was obviously working with them in some type of capacity. So, theoretically, Jagang could have figured out a way to get through the keep because of the Mariswith and then had Amelia and Marlon given that path.
He's the one who like pushed the thought to the queen that we need to go
I
through
think-
the Slith. This
I
whole thing was like he knew he could sacrifice enough Mriswith to then learn how to get through the keep.
because I don't know exactly how much
Ooh.
Jagang was tied in with everything that happened with the Mariswith, right? Because Richard had a lot to do with that as well.
Sure.
But we know that Jagang was using Mariswith because
Right.
he was using them on fucking Toby.
Yeah.
So
He was one of the Skin Brothers.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
never really revealed how much is Jagang and how much was just fucking weirdness.
Yeah.
But
That's interesting.
there is a chat. I guess maybe this
Non-zero.
makes this a whole moot point that they didn't know how to get through the keep, but it's all just coming as we're talking.
Yeah. No, that's a
I-
great thought.
Think I know what the deal is. So Kolo's room is the Sliff's room, and just outside of the Sliff's room, right, is the bottom of the tower with the pool in it.
Yes.
Gross.
And it says specifically
pool,
that
yeah.
there are
Yeah.
stairs going all the way up the tower, specifically stairs with landings and doorways. So once you get out of the Sliff's well and you walk out of the room that it's in, you have tons of options. It's not like you're all the way, I mean, you could be down low, but the stairs are right there and a door to a hallway that's not in the deepest, darkest part of the, castle is right there.
No, I think some of it was destroyed during some of the fights, but I'm
I-
also
yeah,
blending
I'm sure,
together
yeah.
this building and the other building
What's left?
from the old world. I don't really know, but
Yeah.
So I think they could have actually gotten out of the keep, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is Kahlan didn't go that way.
yeah.
So we
Right.
don't know what's up the stairs and out the doors. We know the way she took through the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do not remember at the end of the last book, at the end of Blood of the Fold, right? During that battle,
Yeah.
when they all came out of the Sliff,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how they all, because I feel like it happened very fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if we were actually told how Richard and Kahlan came from the tower to outside.
No, I don't think so.
Because they seem to have gone there very quickly. So they didn't seem to have gone through Richard's path, which was all those crazy things. They don't seem to have gone through Kahlan's path, because this is a new path. She's never been through it before. We may
Right.
need to revisit that. But
Well, that could have been a situation where his need, like, he was just straight up going through shields, but his need and his power, his untapped power, could have been counteracting the shields.
Was allowing him to do that.
Yeah.
to run
yeah.
like
through the keep.
He just wasn't noticing it. And it was like, hey, we're gonna zap you. And his power was like, I got a little like fake rock shield up. No, you're not.
Okay.
And he just didn't know he was doing all this, so he
Okay.
just ran right through. Maybe.
He's
That's good to
playing
know.
blue.
All right.
He just noped his way through the keep.
All right.
Yep.
Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We are
Okay.
going to pin this this conversation.
Yes.
After we are done with this episode, I am going to refer back to the end of BOF, and if what you just said is confirmed, like he just speed ran the end because of his power, we're not going to revisit. If there's something
Oh,
that needs to be
okay.
revisited, we
Okay.
will.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for you, Seeker, listening, if we don't revisit this topic, it's because it wasn't needed. If we do, it's because there's more to
Yeah.
discuss.
There might be more
And
coming.
we will let you know.
Yeah. You know what else I want to know?
Yeah,
What's
Aaron?
that? What's that?
How and why does the Sliff know to go to Agaden Reach?
This was a question I had because as far as I know, Shota is not as old as the wizards who created the Sliff, right? And as far as I know, the only thing in Agaden Reach is Agaden Reach, which is Shota's home.
Yeah.
So why would there be a need for a Sliff built 3,000 years ago? And who would have gone there before now? And because obviously she knows it. Even if it was built for no goddamn reason, the Sliff's been there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like it didn't say I'm going to make a new tunnel.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh yeah, no, I've been there. I can go there. When it's like, so was Agaden Reach, could that have been like a place of power? And then because it was a place of power, Shota was drawn to it? Like Shota went there and it's because someone in the past was like someone who was like, oh, this is a powerful person. They live in Agaton Reach. Sliff, we're going to build a tunnel there. And it's just convenient and just happens to be that showed us there?
I have a theory that
What is that theory?
the Sliff connects places of magical power.
Okay.
Now, I know that you are not, obviously you haven't read the whole series yet.
That is true.
Right, so you don't know a lot of these places.
No.
And it's because some of these have never crossed your eyes before.
Hey,
I'm
correct.
not worried about you seeing them now.
I'm going to be honest.
But
I've read the majority of the series, all but like a few books.
Yeah.
I thought I
Some of
had
these
even
aren't
read.
ringing a bell.
Yeah, I had thought I read even more than I guess because most of these places don't ring a bell at all to me.
But what I think is that these are all places of magical importance.
What are we looking at, Nate?
Yeah, what do you keep referencing?
Okay, so right now I am looking at a map of the Sliff Transportation Authority.
Wow.
Rapid Transit / Sliff Routes.
Wow.
I believe this was made by Sean Bachman and SOTmapproject.com. It is a actual transportation layout of everywhere
Damn, they are.
that the Sliff goes. Yeah, they did
God damn.
a lot of research to go back through all the books and make sure that all these positions are as accurate as possible. You know, there's gray areas, but
Yeah,
they did
He's
amazing.
overlaid this map
This
on
is
an
way-
actual map.
Right.
These aren't just random lines and random distances. You can see the actual, what would it be, the actual country,
Yeah.
like
This is way
overlaid
more
onto
research
it.
than we've ever done for anything for this podcast.
I know, it's incredible. But so this is where everywhere that the Sliff goes, right? But you see over here, Agaton Reach is
Yeah.
on the left-hand side. It's also at kind of like a T
it's at a T?
junction.
Sure.
So I think it's either because it's a place of magic or it's just convenient.
It was on the way to
It's
another
just kinda
place
right there,
of
yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
Like they just made lines of wells.
Well, what's the quickest
Yeah.
way from point A to point
Here's
B?
the thing.
I wonder if those
The answer was a straight line.
oh my God,
That's
I
true.
can't. with
As
you.
the crow flies,
Well,
as the Sliff
I have
pedals.
a question.
I'm done. Fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna say my point then because you just pushed your mic away. So, looks like there's a few that are just in like straight lines here.
Yeah.
So, did the wizards of old just make a bunch of wells in systematic places?
I'm curious,
In
like,
straight lines.
or if it was, or like what you were saying, or one of you said it, like, were the wizards of old, we have a weird power, or we can study this. We've found that there are certain places in the world that are more prone to being magical.
Like,
So
That's
we're going
true.
to go to
Wait,
those places
like-
through the Sliff?
like in the real world where we could do a Patreon on this. There's like a fucking God damn it,
Ley lines?
the lines where they have the fucking the circle, the thing in Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Everyone
Yeah.
knows what I'm talking about. I don't know
Stone?
what it's called.
Are you talking about the Blarney Stone?
No.
No.
The,
no.
big,
The,
the ones that are tall and they stand in a circle.
Stonehenge?
Yeah,
Stonehenge.
bitch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So
That's
Yeah.
in Ireland?
I think I'm pretty sure.
Scotland?
No.
No. Oh, yeah. Ireland.
Pretty sure it's in Ireland.
Ireland. Yeah.
If it's not in Ireland,
Look,
I'm gonna
I'm not
finish this
correcting you.
beer.
I don't know.
I think it is Ireland and
England.
It's in England.
God damn it.
Wiltshire.
Wiltshire. Sure.
Wiltshire.
Yeah, if you say Shire, then they know you're from the States
Okay,
and they
they're
laugh
all
at
the
you.
same. They're all
Anyway.
in a very similar area.
Yeah.
I apologize. Okay, so.
But that's what I think
anyways,
it is.
Yes, like Leyland. We will talk more about that later. Okay.
Yeah.
So, real quick, we have to touch on our last topic.
Yeah. I think let's leave it dangling. Leave them to think about it, you know?
Dang, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Anyway, yes, dangle. So, our last point is kind of all. There's like 3 different points that we all have that are tied into this one last point of the chapter, and it's all about Kahlan and Kara's fucking conversation at the end of the chapter, and it's her being like, if I betray Richard, don't let Nadine have my man. And first of all, this bitch has made so many betrayals to her fucking fiance in a time when she's worried about betraying him and losing him forever. The audacity, okay? The audacity that this may be the betrayal. Shota's quest might be the betrayal. And so the fact that she has the audacity to be having this conversation in the first place is just fucking ridiculous.
We've talked about the actual wording of the prophecy. Mm-hmm. She's going to betray him in her blood. We don't know if that's like she gets injured or if that's her moon blood or
a family member.
She's going to go fight fucking Shota in Agony and
like
Reach.
That. Yeah, she leaves and gets hurt and then
she could stub her.
Anything could happen.
Stub her toe.
Yeah,
while she's doing anything.
Bad hangnail.
Fucking bitch. I can't.
No, yeah, so
I'm sorry, that's aggressive, and I don't mean that. I love Caitlyn, but I'm upset. All right?
No, it's a weird thought of like, I am going to go try and prevent the betrayal from happening, but you acting on trying to prevent the betrayal was in fact the betrayal.
Right.
Like this was, and it's like she knew. If this wasn't a thing that Richard might not like, she wouldn't be all secretive about it.
Literally.
She'd be like, hey, Kara, Berdine, we're going to go on a quest.
Literally anything that she's doing right now that Richard doesn't know about is a betrayal.
Yeah, betrayal of trust.
And there could be any blood at any time.
Yeah.
And she's just being ridiculous. Yeah. And I can't. I can't with her being sad and being worried about betraying him when she's actively trying to betray him.
Yeah.
So... then she's talking about killing Shota, right? Before Shota kills her. Mm-hmm. Then what? Nate, this was your point.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what she thinks killing Shota is actually going to do. We already know Shota doesn't make things happen. People get upset with her because she can see through the flow of time, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But she doesn't choose what she sees firstly, and she doesn't have a say in it secondly. I know Shota is fucking with people, right? She sent Nadine, she did a bad thing.
Yeah.
But Shota dying is not going to prevent the plague. Mm-hmm. And so, you're there, you're upset, and you lash out, and you make an action, and you kill somebody. Now what? Now what's changed? What's better? Nothing.
Yeah, you're right. 100%. I think that at this point, Shota is a threat because not only is she throwing other things at Kahlan, but she knows that Shota eventually doesn't want her to be alive. Just point blank. So
yeah, that's true.
That's the easiest way to prevent what she's worried about is just kill Kahlan.
I'll just... And Shota, killing Shota, she's just like that. And it's just reactionary for Kahlan.
Yeah, that's true.
If I kill her, it takes care of things. Nothing else can be taken care of as easily.
You don't like the spider, kill the spider.
Right.
Done deal.
There's nothing else that can be accomplished as easily as killing Shota. It won't actually accomplish anything other than making Kahlan feel better.
Mm-hmm. It's a selfish reason.
She won't get any answers. So, bleh. But during all of this, it is weird that Kahlan is acting so strange and Kara is feeding it. She's just oh yeah, I'll answer your questions about being afraid, even though you just weirdly changed the subject because you said you were hungry and gonna have dinner, and I said go to fuck to sleep because you said I should go to fuck to sleep.
Well, I think what happened was we talk about how Kara wasn't afraid of anything, and then she gives the rat thing, and Kahlan asks her if she's not afraid of dying alone. But so that's what it was.
What led into it? You put it in the note. What led into it is that Kara was like, go to sleep. You don't need to be afraid, Kahlan.
Right. You don't have anything to be afraid of.
You have nothing to be afraid of. And then Kahlan was like, what are you afraid of? And at that point, I would be like, Kahlan, listen. You're being weird. Okay? All day. All fucking day, you've been being weird.
You left weird. You came back weird.
You came back weird. I have had issues because I have not been able to protect you in the proper way for Richard. If you do some shady shit tonight, I'm going to be in trouble. And I feel like you're going to try and do some shady shit. Because if Kara doesn't realize that Kahlan is pulling some shit right now, she is tired or drunk.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how.
Like you've met Kahlan, right?
Like if my teenager acted like this at any point, I would be like, I'm not going to bed. I'm going to be up all night because I know you're going to try and sneak out and go smoke some weed with your friends.
Set the Ring cameras to ultra sensitive.
Seriously, I'm not dumb. Like,
Hey,
you're
Mom,
being
you look
a
tired.
weirdo.
You should go to bed. Don't worry, I'll finish the
Why don't
dishes.
you
Yeah,
take-
No, you
exactly.
ain't. No, you ain't.
Nope. You're being a weirdo, and I'm not going to put up with it.
Not here for it.
But Kara's like, cool, I'll take a nap outside your window. Or outside
Outside the door.
Outside the door. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. She should be like, I'm going to actually put guards outside your door, and you know what I'm going to go? I'm going to go on the lawn.
Right. That's what you got to do. You got to
I'm
have something
slurring.
outside the window.
I'm slurring.
I know. But we are actually going to see. So Kara, she decides to take up guard outside the door.
Yeah.
Next week, we are going to see Kahlan's response to that. Because she's not going to give up just because Kara refuses to stop watching her. She's stubborn and powerful, and, you know, she's going to get up to some shit. So I think that does it for us for today. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank our patrons for making this fucking awesome adventure possible. To follow along, make sure you like and subscribe wherever it is you're listening. And don't forget, you guys can always tell us your truth by writing in your journey book to podcastatt@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. You can also follow us on Facebook /podcastatt for updates. You can also search for All the Things Podcast Network. You can support this podcast, this show, the thing you're listening to right now, by going through the Sliff to patreon.com/podcastatt and make it a pledge there to get access to side quests, Legend of the Seeker watch-alongs, and access to the Discord chat as well.
Hey guys, if me yelling didn't make it clear, that's Apple Tom.
I don't even Apple Tom. Okay, yeah, podcast Apple Tom. You got it.
.com.
I was not expecting that at all. Well, fuck. Thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you real soon.
Bye!
Bye.